Hey, welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Please continue to support this channel by leaving your comments and subscribing. I certainly do thank you and welcome you. An update on Iran, which is very concerning. Things are once again starting to escalate, and I'm not sure we are going in the direction intended. Steve Witkoff is floating the idea that Iran will be able to keep its nuclear materials for peaceful purposes, but they cannot enrich anymore. And Israel, once again, has said that is absolutely unacceptable. They have to dismantle the centrifuges for spinning that up into nuclear grade material, weaponized material. Iran has said, we're not going to dismantle anything, and until you lift the embargo, until you stop the sanctions, we're really not going to continue on. And they postponed the weekends, this past weekend's negotiation. They have said we will look at it this coming weekend. They are once again using the stall tactics used by for negotiating with Obama and Biden, which is totally false. All it's doing is giving them a chance to rearm and, according to Israel, fortify their nuclear underground centrifuges by building up large barriers and cement fortifications. So they're bunkering up and fortifying their underground centrifuges, fully aware that they will be attacked. So they're preparing for this. President Trump has said they are holding Iran accountable and that all the centrifuges must be dismantled. Iran says no. Israel says we're not going along with anything allowing Iran to hold on to nuclear materials. And this is a slight break from the United States, because Netanyahu says if we have to go it alone, we are going to do it. Iran cannot keep any nuclear materials, period. It all has to be dismantled. It all has to be verified in order to avoid an outbreak of war. I'm not sure what Witkoff is doing. Trump has said Iran is being held accountable for the ballistic missiles attack launched by the Houthis, which struck inside Tel Aviv's main airport, Jerusalem's main airport, I beg your pardon, Ben Gurion Airport, and the Israelis were unable to shoot it down. That's a major concern and a big red flag, because they have 3 defense systems to defend against these rocket attacks. The Patriot, the THAAD, and the Sparrow, still unable to bring down a ballistic missile. There was minor injuries, but it did put a big hole in the ground inside the airport, causing flight delays and cancellations. The United States has been striking Yemen and the Houthis on a regular basis, planning to degrade it. They have hit the fuel depot in Yemen, which was supplying the rocket fuel and the jet fuel, and that took it out. The Israelis, even though they denied it, destroyed the fuel depot in Iran for the ballistic missiles, causing a major explosion, and once again taking out rocket fuel for the jets and the ballistic missiles. The Iranians are not going to dismantle their underground enrichment plans. They are using the same stall tactics under Obama and Biden regimes, and they are fortifying said underground bunkers and locations by Israeli accounts and intelligence. They are heavily fortifying it, and they are even moving up anti-aircraft missiles and guns around the areas. Benjamin Netanyahu says we're not going to tolerate any chance of Iran keeping any nuclear fuel. Nothing. The centrifuges have to be dismantled. The ballistic missile systems have to be dismantled. And then there will be a chance for peace. But Iran has said no. Any attack on Iran by either the U.S. or Israel will be retaliated by Iran. So we're very, very close. Another aircraft carrier is on its way in there. I think the attack should be imminent at any point. After this ballistic missile attack launched by Yemen and the Houthis, the United States will be stepping up its attack in Yemen and degrading it even further. Israel will not wait for another denial of negotiations and stringing this along. Israel will break from the United States and say, we're going it on our own. They may not wait for the green light from Trump and go it alone, hitting the bunkers, launching an attack. Trump may help them, he may not, but Witkoff offering Iran to keep the nuclear enrichment program for peaceful purposes, nuclear reactor, that's a non-starter. Just wanted to bring that up to you. Also, Israel has been hitting Al-Qaeda in Syria, specifically Damascus, who is on a genocidal mission to wipe out the Christian population in there, as well as other non-Muslim believers such as Druids. They are committing genocide, wiping out entire villages and cities, and the world is remaining silent on that. On a further note, even though President Trump wants to, in my opinion, win a Nobel Peace Prize, he did make the statement that he would be willing to send in the U.S. military into Mexico to attack and wipe out the cartels shipping fentanyl into the United States, and said he will use military force to do so. Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico, said that's not going to happen. We will not tolerate any U.S. military on our land without specific invitation. And since the cartels own and control about 35% of Mexico, including controlling or threatening duly elected officials, including Sheinbaum, she is in a real pickle, and I don't know if President Trump will actually follow through. He did move a striker brigade along the border to enforce that, so it's very possible, but I think it's more pressure tactic to stop the fentanyl flow across the border, killing 100,000 Americans a year, either through overdoses, intentional or unintentional. It's getting close, folks. It's really getting close. Be prepared. As I've always said, when this happens, it's going to happen quick. It'll be overnight. Thank you for liking and subscribing, keeping an eye on that. That will bring in Russia, Korea, China to help out Iran should they call out for help. They did sign pacts for mutual assistance. So let's see where that goes. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Greg out.